Hello, Ele. Hello, Evelyn. How are you today? Hello, guys. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good evening. I have problem for
Oh,
my connects. But
okay.
yeah, it's a solution in the moment. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I
Okay.
got it.
My day, I fine. I very good in general.
Okay, but I'm happy because of that, that you're good today. You're starting with energy, with a great attitude. So thank you for coming to the class. If you have problems during the class, let me know, okay? So I will try to explain again or to repeat what I am saying, okay?
Okay. No, thank you, teacher. Thanks, teacher.
Okay, you're welcome. And hello, Evelyn. How are you today? Maybe Evelyn is having troubles with the internet connection, right? I don't know what. I don't know, guys.
Yeah,
Lately,
in my case, I have problem the connection all day. But
oh, really?
in my case, yeah, I
Is it?
not I not work I not work in my case. I they use the internet the cell phone, but I don't have I don't stability in transmission the data.
Okay, I got it. Well, I'm really sorry because of that. But is it because of the weather, or is that the same situation always?
No, in my case is eh, the repeat teacher. Dice
Oh, do
que
you have problems? Do you always have problems with the internet, or because of the weather? Because in some places it's raining.
no, all all day I have today I have problem for connection. One day it's rare. Dice Evelyn que tiene problemas, que no le permite.
Oh, yes, I can say it. Evelyn, in that case, leave the meeting and join again. Okay? Oops, give me a second, guys. My camera is off. Great. Okay. Leave the
Yeah.
meeting and then you come back. Okay, very well. Let's
Yes.
see. Well, she left. Now, in a moment, she's coming, I guess, because sometimes we have problems with Zoom, and that's the main thing. Okay. Doris, hello. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you today?
I'm fine. A little tired, but I'm here.
Okay. Well, even though you're tired, thank you for coming. Okay. I know that sometimes we are kind of tired of some activities during the day, but I really appreciate that you come. Okay. Welcome to the class, Doris.
Thank you, teacher. Teacher, I would like
And
to know if you can help us with some exercise from the platform because, well, in my case, I have been trying in different types, and it's incorrect for me, and I don't know why.
yeah, I could see I could see on the WhatsApp group that you have troubles with an exercise. I saw one of your classmates. I don't remember who was,
Frank,
but
what's Frank?
what was Francisco? I mean
Francisco, but
the one who sent the answers, because I saw one person that sent the answers. Let me check on the WhatsApp group.
no, teacher, nobody sent it.
Really? Let me see.
Just answer to Francisco.
Okay,
But
I remember someone. No, it was in another. Give me a second, guys. I think it was in a different. No, it was in a different class.
ay,
I'm really
pásenos,
sorry.
pásenos la respuesta.
Okay, I will help you guys with this question. Actually, I couldn't answer because As you can see, I got confused, but I will try to help you guys at the end of the class. Why? Because we are going to study that topic today, everybody. So we are going to
Okay.
continue. Yeah, that's why. Okay, yes, guys, that's why I tell you, if you can take advantage of time and complete some exercises, let's do it. But if you can't, guys, there is no problem, because we are going to study, or we are going to check those topics. And that's today's case, everybody. That's today's situation. Because today, everybody, we have to talk about that specific exercise and some others. Right now, everybody, give me a second. Let me share my screen with you, so then we can start with our topic. Well, that topic, everybody, before we start, I want to tell you that the name of that topic, or that kind of questions, are indirect questions. Give me a second, guys. There you go. Okay, so now you can see my screen. So indirect questions. When we talk about indirect questions, everybody, okay, you will see the correct meaning of it. But before we start, everybody, I want to ask you this. What questions can you ask to meet someone? For example, when you see someone for the first time, what are the possible questions that you can ask? Let's see. Evelyn, is your microphone working now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
It's working.
Great. Okay, very, very good. Tell me, Evelyn, what questions can you ask someone when you meet him or met her for the first time?
Well, what is your name?
Perfect. Uh-huh.
What's your age?
What's
Where
your
do you
age?
live?
What's your age, or how old are you?
How old are you?
How old are
Yeah.
you?
How old are you? Uh-huh. How old are you? Uh-huh. Any other question, Evelyn?
Where do you live?
Where do you live? Good. Uh-huh. Let's see now. Alberto, can we ask more questions apart from what's your name? How old are you? Where do you live?
Mm, um, what do you where do you live? What are you from?
Oh, where are you from?
Where are you
Where are
from?
you from? Uh-huh.
Um, what do you favorite eat?
Oh, what is your favorite food?
Okay. What do you favorite food? Yeah.
What is your favorite food,
Thank you,
favorite
my friend.
color, favorite movie?
What do you do? Favorite color, favorite movie? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Um, I remember that.
Okay, but those are good examples. Those are great examples.
Okay.
Let's see, Doris, what do you have any idea about more questions that we can ask?
Maybe, how are you today?
How are you today? That's a great question. Good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it is correct, but are you married, or where do you live? Do you have pets?
Do you
Do you
have
have
pets? Yeah.
children?
Okay, do you have pets or children? Good. Okay. Nice. Do you have children? Well, guys, you gave me a lot of examples. We have, give me a second. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions. Okay, very good, Evelyn, Alberto, and Doris. Now let's see, Francisco. Do you have any idea about more questions?
Well, I will ask someone to what do you do for a living?
Excellent. What do you do?
Or
What do you do for a
maybe
living?
or what is your favorite food? Or what kind of music do you like?
Okay, what kind of music? Great. What kind of music do you like, or movies, or
Are you single?
are you
Maybe.
single? That kind of
Eh,
questions, guys. Are you married or single? Well, it depends on the person you ask. Okay, so be careful with that question, guys.
yeah, I
Okay.
know.
So very good, Francisco. Any other example?
Okay. For the first time, I think well, what's your name?
What's your name?
And what else? I don't know. I think that the guys answer the most
Most of the
of
questions.
questions.
Okay, yeah, they gave a lot of examples, so that's nice.
Yes.
Well, the
yes.
most difficult work will be for Ele right now. Ele, what other questions can you ask someone for the first that you meet for the first time?
Okay. Okay. Really, I don't have idea because the traditional ask where is, or are you married? How do you children? Uh, what is your, how do you study?
Oh, what do you study? Okay,
What do
well,
you study?
first of all, do you study? If that person says yes, so then what do you study? Good. Okay, I like it.
What do you study? Um, where do you live? Where are you from? What is your food? Or your, okay. What is your favorite series? Or what is your favorite movie? Do you have do you like anime?
Yeah, that's a great
Do you,
question. Do you like anime?
do you like anime? Okay. Can you play soccer? Can you play any sport?
Okay, soccer. Oh, I will write any sport. Okay, any
Mhm.
sport. Okay, great questions.
Can you play video game? Yeah, it's more
Oh, yeah.
attention.
Can you play video games? Okay, I like it. Well, guys, you gave me a lot of examples. Let's see. I will count. I will count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 examples, everybody. Wow, we have a lot of questions, guys, that you can ask someone when you meet him or met her for the first time. Why am I asking these questions, everybody? Because our topic for today, as you know, is focused on questions. So let's start, guys, with our content for today. As you remembered, our topic for today is indirect questions. To start with this, pay attention to it. Indirect questions are used to sound more polite. Before we start with our information for today, pay attention to Alberto. Alberto is going to help me. Please, Alberto, read the two pictures in the image, okay? This part and then this part, okay? Go ahead, read.
Okay. The question. I used to sound more polite. Help, help. Excuse me, sir, I'm terribly sorry and to bother you, but I wonder if you would mind help me. At moment, as long as it's not trouble, of course.
Okay, thank you, Alberto, for reading. Now, I will ask everyone the next question. What is the difference between the two pictures? Look at the two pictures and the two messages. What's the difference between the two pictures? Ele?
The emotion the people because this the help is this stressful yeah, desesperación.
Yeah, desperate.
Desperate, and the second picture happy, yeah, polite.
Okay, well done. Okay, so yeah, the person that is in the water so shows different emotions. The first one, it's kind of worried. It's desperate, of course, because of the situation. The second person looks happy, and Ella mentioned something important. In the second picture, the boy or the man who is in the water is more polite, okay? That's something important about this. As you can see, the two messages, the first message is, well, go straight to the point. It means, everybody, help, help, no more words. And this person, everybody, well, he looks very formal, he looks very polite, so he doesn't care about the person that is in the water because he listens only help. But in the second picture, guys, the same polite man listened to this message. Excuse me, sir, I am terribly sorry to bother you, but I wondered if you would mind helping me a moment, as long as it's not trouble, of course. So he decided to help this boy. Why? Because he was polite. So then everybody pay attention to it. In some cases, it's better to be polite. It's better to use this kind of introductory phrases or opening phrases to sound more polite. As you can see, he uses around 3 or 4 expressions to sound polite. For example, I am terribly sorry to bother you. I am terribly sorry to bother you. The first opening phrase to sound polite. I wonder. Then we use would mind. Then we use as long as it's not trouble. So as you see, he means to sound really polite in this case to get some help from that man, from the other man, okay? And that's what we are going to learn today, everybody, how to be more polite, okay? So let's start with our topic for today. First of all, guys, let's pay attention to our structure. Please, Doris, can you help me reading the structure?
Yes, teacher. Indirect closed questions. Opening phrase plus if, whether, plus subject, plus verb, plus complement. And for example, in direct questions, is it raining outside? And an indirect question, do you know if it is raining outside?
Thank you. Okay. As you can see, guys, here we have 2 questions. The meaning of the questions is the same. What is the difference? The difference, guys, is the context in which we can use these questions. For example, this is a closed question, or in Simple words, a yes, no question. Is it raining outside? Is it raining outside? Direct question, everybody. We use, okay, first of all, guys, remember that the direct questions are the structures that we learned in basic, okay? In basic level, everybody, we learned the structure of, or the grammar in basic structures. Subject plus verb plus complement. Subject plus verb to be plus verb in ing plus complement. So we learned the structures, guys, in the direct form or in the direct speech. Okay, is it raining outside? But we can use, or we use, everybody, indirect questions when we ask questions to people that we don't know. For example, to a stranger. Okay, if you talk to a stranger or to an elder person than you, so we can use this kind of structures, or we use the indirect questions. Look at this. We need to use opening phrases. What is the opening phrase in this question? Do you know? Do you know? This is an opening phrase because we use an opening phrase to let the other person, let the other person know, or the other people know, that we need some information. Okay, that's it. This is the use of the opening phrase. Let the other person know that we need to ask for some information, but we cannot ask that information directly. So we need to start with an opening phrase in this case. Do you know? Then everybody, since this is a yes, no question, we need to use if or whether. They have the same meaning, everybody. If, whether, they have the same meaning, okay? Do you know if? Look at this. After the use of if, we use the structure of a sentence, not a question. We use the structure of a sentence. In this case, everybody, we use the structure of present progressive. Remember that in present progressive, everybody, we have to use the subject. After the subject, we use the verb to be. Verb to be. Then we use the verb in ing. Verb ing. And the last part at the end, everybody, we use complement. This is the structure of present progressive or present continuous. It is raining outside as a sentence. But this is a question. Do you know if it is raining outside? Remember, guys, after if or whether, we use the structure of a sentence. Use the structure of a sentence, okay? Depending on the tense, right? If the question is in simple present, so the sentence should be in simple present. If the question is in a present continuous, so we have to use the question or the sentence in the question as in present continuous. If the direct question is in simple past, then in the indirect question, we have to use the sentence as in a simple past, as a simple past sentence, okay? So let me see, everybody. I will write this information for you on the chat so you can copy it or you can take it into account. After if or whether we use the structure of a sentence, depending on the tense, the grammar tense. Okay, let's move on, everybody, to our next part. Remember, this is the basic structure. The opening phrase should be always there, okay? Then we will continue, everybody, with some other examples when we use the verb to be. Okay, let's pay attention to it. Let's see. Can you help me with this example, Francisco?
Okay, the samples for
All
direct
information.
question.
All
Okay,
information.
perfect. Indirect open question verb to be. Opening phrase plus question word plus subject and plus verb. Interrogative verb. For direct question would be where is the train station? And indirect question, could you tell me where the train station is?
Excellent. Okay, pay attention to it, everybody. This is an open question, okay? What is an open question, guys? The WH questions, okay? All WH questions are open. Why? Because they give more information, okay? All the WH questions give more information or extra information. If you ask a yes no question, so you only need to confirm the information. But if we use WH questions, we need more information about something. For example, the direct question is, where is the train station? You don't know where is the train station, so we need to ask, where is the train station? Okay, but when we use the indirect question, everybody, we need, first of all, we need the opening phrase. Remember, we always use opening phrases in indirect questions. Look at this, everybody. The first opening phrase that we used was, do you know? Opening phrases. I will copy them over here. I will send them to you when we finish. Do you know? Do you know? Then everybody, the next example is, could you tell me? Could you tell me? Could you tell me? Okay. The opening phrase, could you tell me? Then everybody, we need to use the question word. What is the question word, Doris?
When we use WH question, where, how, when, how, ya lo dije.
Very good, okay? So the question word is the WH word. At the end, that's, in simple words, that's the question word, the WH word. And after that, guys, since we are using, this is only for questions with the verb to be, okay? Open questions with the verb to be. We use the WH word, then we use the subject. In this case, the subject of the question is the train station. And at the end, everybody, we have to use the verb to be, because we are talking about the verb to be. Okay, oh, to be, I'm sorry. So then everybody, we use the verb to be at the end. Okay, guys, right now, I will stop a second. Well, a minute, I guess. I will stop a minute in this exercise. Everybody, oh no, we will do it in the next example after this, okay? Because the next example, guys, that we will study, or the next example that, the example that you sent on the WhatsApp group is the one, everybody, that Francisco sent to the WhatsApp group, guys, is the one that we will answer in a moment, okay? I will give you the answer during the class, okay, guys? So if you, well, if some of your classmates didn't come to the class, I'm really sorry. They have to watch the class on YouTube, okay? If they want to know the answer. So then everybody, do you have any question about this structure?
Is
Oh,
specific, do you like, could you tell me, or can you, on the general question for the opening phrase, or help? Excuse me, where do you train station, or another opening phrase?
Oh, we have
Or
different.
it's necessary, is the rule, could you tell me?
There are many opening phrases that we can use. Maybe the most common ways are the use of could you tell me, do you know, would you mind telling me? So those are the most common opening phrases that we have, but there are more, okay? The important thing is to use an opening phrase, okay? Let me check if I have some others here. Let me see. Opening. Opening. Let me see. If I have a document, I will send it to you on the WhatsApp group. Okay, we will check in a moment. Let's continue with the next structure. Well, as you remember, guys, this is when we use the verb to be. It can be, guys, if the verb to be is in present, great, we use this structure. If the verb to be is in past, okay, we use this structure, remember, okay? But now, everybody, we have to use the indirect questions when we create questions in simple present. That's why, everybody, we use do or does. Simple present, everybody, simple present. Help me out with this part, please. Aveline, okay? Read the structure and examples, please.
Okay. Indirect open questions. Questions do, does. Opening phrase plus question word plus subject plus verb and question mark. Direct question. What time does the supermarket open? Indirect question. Can you tell me what time the supermarket opens?
Okay, very good. Just give me a second. I'm looking for the opening phrases because I don't have on my computer. Okay. Okay, let's continue. As you can see, everybody, over here, we have an example similar to the one that you sent me on the WhatsApp group, okay? Look at this. In simple present, indirect question, as a direct question, we say, what time does the supermarket open? What time does, because the subject is it, the supermarket is a place or an object, and at the end, we use the verb. What time does the supermarket open? At the end, we use the verb in a direct question. In an indirect question, guys, we have to remember this structure. First of all, guys, the opening phrase. What is the opening phrase in this example? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? Then, everybody, we have to use the question word. What is the question word, everybody?
What?
What, okay? All the WH words are always the question words. So WH words. So in this question, in this example, what? What time? I'm sorry, what time? Then the supermarket, the subject, and at the end of the question, we use the verb, okay? Now, everybody, let me copy the example for you. We have, could you tell me? And then the next words, everybody, are nearest to a taxi, the question mark. Then we have mall. Then we have the costs and how much. Okay. This is everybody, or this is the example that you send me on the WhatsApp group. As I tell you guys, we will complete the example over here. If your classmates want to know the answer, they have to watch the class on YouTube, okay? Because it's kind of unfair that you come to the class and well, you have the answer. You need to complete the activities, but you come to classes, and there are some people that don't come to classes, and they need help to complete the exercises, but they don't practice. If they don't practice, guys, so they have to watch the class. Okay, if someone can make your classmates know, tell them on the WhatsApp group. Okay, guys, the answer of this exercise, it's on the on YouTube. Okay, so they can watch the class. Pay attention to it. We have the opening phrase. Could you tell me? Now, tell me, everybody, what is the next part of the indirect question? After the opening phrase, what do we use?
How much?
How much cost?
Very good. How much? Remember the question word. Right now, question word. We use how much. Okay, good. Then everybody, we have to use the subject. This is a long subject, everybody. This is a long subject. How much? Remember, the subject can be a person, an object, an animal. So what are the objects that we have on the example?
A taxi.
A taxi.
Okay. We have a taxi.
How much a taxi?
Very good. How much a taxi? A taxi? Well, we have some other words. We have nearest to, mall de, and cost. But cost is the verb. So that is the last part of this exercise, everybody. Okay. In this part, the verb is the last part. So how can we organize, or how can we order nearest to mall de in the correct format? What do you think? I will write a complete question over here. Could you tell me how much a taxi
Nearest to
A
the mall.
taxi to the nearest mall.
Nearest mall. Nearest mall.
To the
Okay.
nearest.
To
No.
the nearest. Very good. That's correct.
Mall.
Could you tell me how much a taxi to the nearest mall? Give me a second. I will write the numbers, guys. 3, 2, 4, to the nearest. Nearest is 5. Mall is 6. 6. Now we have the subject. A taxi to the nearest mall. That is the subject, guys. It's kind of long, but it's the subject. How much a taxi to the nearest mall? What is the verb?
Cost.
Costs. Very good. So cost is number 7. And what is the last part?
The question mark.
The question mark, of course. Okay, so we have, could you tell me how much a taxi to the nearest mall costs? Look at this, everybody. Okay, we have the complete example, guys. If you want, you can take a picture or you can copy it on your notebook so you can complete the exercise at home, okay? But pay attention to it. Everybody, Look at this. The direct question is, what time does the supermarket open? Then everybody, the indirect question, in the indirect question, everybody, we don't use do or does. We don't use the auxiliary for simple present. In this case, everybody, we use the rules of simple present in affirmative or negative form. For example, this sentence is in affirmative. It's talking about third person. Why third person? Because we are talking about the supermarket, an object or a place, okay? Since we are talking about it, we have to use the rules of third person. Letter S, letters ES, or letters IES. In this case, everybody, since the verb is open, we just add the letter S. The supermarket opens. We use the rules of a sentence in affirmative form in third person, okay? Please remember that, everybody. When you write a question, an indirect question, we have to follow the rules depending on the tense. If we are using simple present, we use we ask for the information as a sentence in simple present. If we are talking about simple past, we use the structure of a sentence in simple past. And we follow the rules as in simple past or simple present, guys. So we have to use the same rules, okay? If it is affirmative, so we follow the structure of an affirmative sentence. If it is in negative, so we use the structure of a negative sentence, okay? So now, is it easy or difficult, guys? What do you think?
It's a little difficult.
Okay, it's a little bit confusing, okay? It's a little bit confusing, I know, guys. But remember, practice makes perfect. So I know you can do it great, okay? Just please try to continue practicing, okay? Try to practice. When you ask for help on the WhatsApp group, don't say, I need help, or teacher, can you help me? Could you tell me what the answer is, teacher? Could you tell me how I can do this exercise? Can I? Not can I. Sorry, I can, because it's a sentence. How I can do this exercise? Okay. Try to use, everybody, these questions. I will write the answer on the chat, everybody, on the chat, on the Zoom chat. If you wanna write it, okay, because I'm gonna erase it. So in this case, everybody, as you can see, we use the structure of a sentence. We ask for the information we need, but as a sentence in simple present, as with verb to be, or simple past. In this context, guys, right now we have to continue with another thing, okay? So let's pay attention to the use of can, okay? When we use can, let's pay attention to it, okay? Please, Evelyn, help me with this structure. Thank you.
Indirect open questions. Can. Opening phrase plus question word plus subject plus can plus verb and question mark. Direct question. Where can I take a taxi? Indirect question. Do you know where I can get a taxi?
Nice. As you see, we use the structure of a sentence in affirmative. In this case, in this context, we use it in affirmative. I can get a taxi. Okay, I can get a taxi. I need to get a taxi. So the information I ask for is, where can I get a taxi? But I want to sound polite. Since I want to sound polite, I want to be polite, I use the opening phrase, any of the opening phrases that we learned. Do you know? Could you tell me? Would you tell me? Do you know? WH word, where? Then we have a sentence using can. I can get a taxi. Do you know where I can get a taxi? Okay, and that's the structure, everybody, of can. If we create a question, guys, an indirect question using the verb to be, so we use the structure of a sentence. The difference that we can see, everybody, is that we don't use a complement, at least in some examples. For example, when we use a question with the verb to be, the last part of the question is the verb to be. If you have a sentence, a question in simple present, the last part of the question is the verb in base form or with letter S, okay? It depends on the rules. If we use, everybody, can, the last part of the question, the indirect question, is the verb. In this case, we have a complement, get a taxi. A taxi is the complement. But the last part is always the verb, where I can get a taxi, okay? Remember, we use the structure of a sentence. It doesn't matter, guys, the tense. We always use the structure of a sentence, depending on the grammar tense. Okay, do you have any question about this, everybody? Okay.
Teacher,
No questions. Yes, Alberto?
okay, you speaking no, well, excuse me, don't complement in the question.
Well, in some cases, we use complement, but the complement is short. For example, look at this example, the example using can, a taxi. A taxi is the complement, but it's next
Okay.
to the verb, so get a taxi, okay?
Okay, and get is bear.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
So
thank you, teacher.
So yeah, as I said, in some cases, we don't need the complement. For example, here, what time does the supermarket open? Direct question. And direct question, can you tell me what time the supermarket opens? Because the last part of the question, the direct question is the verb. In the indirect question, it's also the verb, okay? So we don't need a complement. Over here, oh, give me a second, guys. I have two different verbs here, but where can I take a taxi or get a taxi? Both are possible, guys. I'm really sorry, I didn't focus on it. So get a taxi. So as you can see in the direct question, the last part is take a taxi or get a taxi. So we use the same thing at the end of the indirect question, okay? Get a taxi. That's it.
Okay.
That's it about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, let's pay attention to the last info about this topic. It's almost time to go, guys. So let's pay attention to it, okay? What are the opening phrases that we have for this topic, Francisco? Or the most common opening phrases? Francisco. Okay, Doris, can you help me reading, please?
Yes, teacher. Opening phrases. We use these opening phrases to make our questions more polite. For example, could you tell me? Can you tell me? Do you know? That's
Okay, thank you. So as you see, these are the three most common opening phrases that you will see in indirect questions. Is it possible to see some others? Yes, it's possible. I was looking for some opening phrases, guys, but I'm really sorry I didn't check. So I will try to send you a list on the WhatsApp group, okay? But pay attention to it. Here, over here, we have some examples, guys, using different grammar tenses and also using different ways or different opening phrases. For example, over here we have, what is he doing? You know, present continuous, present continuous. So we have, what is he doing? Then direct question, do you know what he is doing? He is doing. Sentence. Sentence structure, not question. Okay? Then, where can I sit? And direct question, could you tell me where I can sit? So you know, everybody, sentence structure, not question structure. We use the structure of a question, guys, in the opening phrase. Okay? Do you know? Could you tell me? We use the question structure in the opening phrase. But in the information we ask for, we use the structure of a sentence. Where are you from? I was wondering where you are from. You are from. In this example, guys, you can see that this is not a question, everybody. Okay, this is not a question because we say, I was wondering. Is the structure of a sentence. I was wondering. Past, we could say that the opening phrase is in past continuous. I was wondering. Then everybody, do you like flying? Do you like flying? We have simple present. Simple present. Do you like flying? Could you tell me if you like flying? This is a yes, no question, guys. Do you like flying? Not WH words, not WH questions. We use yes, or we ask a yes, no question. In that case, everybody, we use if. Could you tell me if you like flying? Sentence. You like flying? And the last example, guys, which is a common example. What's your name? Can I ask you another opening phrase? Can I ask you what your name is? Can I ask you what your name is? Sentence. Your name is. Your name is. Okay? Remember, guys, as I said at the well, in a moment in the class, this topic is kind of confusing. Why? Because we learned to ask questions in direct form. In this moment, guys, try to practice how to ask questions in the indirect form, okay? Try to practice, everybody, how to ask questions in an indirect way, okay? So try to practice the opening phrases and then the use of if or the WH words, and then a sentence structure, okay? Guys, we don't have time to practice. We just have 3 minutes to finish the class, but at least, guys, we practice a little bit during the class. That's why, everybody, we complete the example. Could you tell me how much taxi to the nearest mall cost? We completed that example, guys, so at least we have the idea of this topic. Just before we go, everybody, I will ask you to continue practicing. Please, guys, complete some other examples on the platform, some other exercises on the platform. And if you have questions, don't hesitate and send it to the WhatsApp group. Remember, guys, if someone already finished with an activity, that person can help us. If anybody have finished, I will try to help you. But if we haven't studied that topic, everybody, so I will try to help you during the class, as we did today. So please, everybody, complete the next exercises. Well, first of all, guys, we will start today on activity 2.3. I guess some of you already did it, so great job. And at least for tomorrow, everybody, we have to finish the activities until activity 2.4.4, which is a reading text, okay? I don't remember, guys, but I guess most of you or some of you are in this activity and direct questions on Jumble, okay? I think that's the exercise that you sent on the WhatsApp group, okay? So now you can continue with the next activities, guys. You can stop on activity 2.4.4, yes. But if you want to continue, great. You can continue with those activities, okay? Everybody, it was a pleasure to listen to you today, to practice with you, and also to show you a little bit, or to show you and to teach you about this topic. Everybody, I hope to see you tomorrow. Remember that tomorrow we have to practice, or it's practice time. So I hope you have a great night today, everybody. Have a good night and see you tomorrow.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night,
Thank
everybody.
you, teacher. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.